There are over 800 lakes and ponds in New Hampshire and about 19,000 miles of rivers. Ever caught that fish so big that no one believes you or even heard the stories? I know I have. I'm standing up here right now to help inform you of the effect that water quality has on fish growth. My name is Hunter Martineau, and this is my senior project. I've been fishing my whole life before I can even remember. My dad taught me how to fish and almost everything I know about it. He's been a huge influence in my life with everything outdoors. Fishing for me has always been a fun hobby, to go out, explore, fish new spots, and catch new fish. Fisherman's tales have also always been so unbelievable to me. It's what makes it fun. You never know what might happen next or what you're going to catch. Personally, I like to believe the stories that people tell, because who knows? Maybe a fish that big can be out there. And again, that makes me wonder, what makes a fish so big? So at first, I didn't really know how I could research this question. And after some thinking, I kept thinking, and I got a question that sounded perfect to me. What effect does water quality have on fish growth? So it seems like there's a simple answer to this, but quick enough, I learned that there's a lot more than I expected. The main point I learned is that poor water quality can lead to smaller growth, poor reproductivity, and overall fish health. Now this may not seem like a surprise to some of you, but again, I quickly learned that there's a lot more in depth about this topic, and it can really affect the water quality and how it truly affects the fish. One of the biggest natural processes that can affect water quality is eutrophication. Eutrophication is a process by which an entire body of water or parts of it progressively become enriched with minerals and nutrients, particularly nitrogen and phosphorus. This natural process primarily occurs in estuaries, and this is because the rivers meet the ocean and all the land runoff mixes together. Now the reason why eutrophication is so bad is because it creates a lack of oxygen that the fish need to survive. The fish essentially suffocate on all the nutrients and they don't have enough oxygen to breathe, which will lead to poor water quality. Another huge another huge cause that causes poor water quality is pollution. Pollution, on the other hand, is still natural in some aspects, but a lot of the heavy damage comes from man-made waste. So pollution can cause bacteria to grow, food sources to deplete, oxygen levels to drop, and habitat loss, as well as so much more, all of which have a negative impact on a fish and the water quality. In conclusion with my research, I found that there are more variables than you can count that can cause poor water quality, and it can be affected by man or nature. So many other factors can change it. Overall, poor water quality can consist of lack of oxygen, nutrients, food, even bacteria or parasite infestations. Fish living in poor water quality can cause them to have serious health issues, size reduction compared to healthier water fish, reproductive problems, and even cognitive behavior issues. So for the hands-on part of my project, while I was doing my research, with the time that I had, I went out to go fish different ponds, lakes, and rivers to see what I could catch. I didn't have much luck during this time of the season, but I like to use the excuse that it's late season, the water's cold, and the fish don't like to bite. So the pictures I have on screen are not from this time of year, they're just in the previous year. One of the spots I went to was the Merrimack River. Across from Pine Street, I drove down Edgewater Road, across the train tracks, and I parked in the dirt lot next to the river. I've always had good luck here with some big smallmouth, and I've even caught some trout. Some people say salmon run here, but I haven't had any luck. That there wasn't the best for me. I fished for about 3 hours and I didn't catch much. So I decided to go over to the other side and I parked closer towards the dam. So I fished a little bit longer, I caught nothing. I got bored, and unlike most people, I look in the rocks when I get bored. So I found a little catfish and I decided to make him my friend, and I found a successful day. Another spot I went to was Whittier Pond on Hopkinton Road. I went with one of my friends that said it's a really good pond. He caught his personal best in the summer. We fished for a few hours and we only caught 3 pickerel. The water was cold and the air was cold too. I find it hard to fish when it's cold out, and that's my excuse again. So in conclusion, it is hard to tell if my research lines up with my fishing time, mainly because I didn't test the water and I didn't have much luck fishing. But I had a lot of fun learning about how water quality can really affect the fish, and I also had fun hanging out with my friends, going fishing, and just being outdoors. I believe that there are big fish everywhere you go. You just have to be there at the right time in the right place. I hope you guys learned something today, and thank you guys for listening. Any questions?
What was the biggest fish you caught this fall?
This fall? It's probably at Stumpfield. It was that one up there with my life jacket on.
Nice job, Hunter. Thank you.
Hunter, I love you, buddy.